Hey there, folks. Time once again to do a retro CSS battle. These are CSS battles from the past. We've got July 28th, 2024, July 29th, 2024, July 30th, 2024, and July 31st. Some really fun, strange shapes here. The only way to do it is to do it. Let's do it. All right. I think this is a circle, right? Like, he's a circle. I'm not even sure we need. Yeah, can we just do this guy, starting with a radial gradient? So that's a circle. Circle with this color. Or even better, we don't need that. We can do transparent in the middle out to this darker color. So let's carve a hole. And then, what can we do? Well, to me, who does enjoy a radial gradient, a conic gradient, let's do a conic gradient. And actually, so could do a conic gradient. And we're going to do a no repeat. Not in there. That's not where that goes. And I'm going to try, I'll do red, black. And I'm going to put that in the middle. So, yeah, we're going to put it in the middle. And it's going to, okay, so 200 pixels over. And a width of 200 pixels, and then a no repeat. And that's going to give me, I'm going to put this where I want it. So that background position needs to be 170, no 160, no 150. And then he needs to be a little less wide. How about 180? How about 100? 120? 120. Okay. Then we're going to move him down. Yeah. So 100 pixels is right where he starts. So that means if I do an at, and then 25 or 75% 0, I think I've got it. If I let that repeat, oh, I got two no repeats and it's still working. That's strange. I think that's the shape that I want. Cool. So we need to put colors in. Black will be this color, and then the lighter color, the red, is this color. Two gradients, very specifically tuned. Let's submit, get a score, minify, unit replace using my plugins, and all done with that guy. That's a fun weird shape. Fun weird shape, and a better score than I've gotten in the past. All right, and this guy. Oh, so this is the hallmark. I think this is two elements, 1 and 2. And what are the elements? They've got margins. So the top is -8 to overcome the, and then the second one, so yeah, I'm not speaking very articulately here. Sorry about that. The one on top of it is got a background of a linear gradient. That is red, 40%, let's say, and that, and then this one has a background of this. Okay. Border radius 0, 0, 50 pixels, 50 pixels, and this one's got a border radius of 40 pixels, 40 pixels, and he's got different margins. I haven't variabilized any of this yet, and I will need to. -100, 200, -200, Nice one. And let's put the proper background color here. Okay. A little more margin on the sides, huh? 100, 110, 112. Different border radius. And it's 40. These margins are no good. So oh, there it is. Okay. Minus 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and then 200, 170, no, 160. Okay. That's what we got so far. And this margin is not right. 2, there it is. 162. Too far up. 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I can just make this, what, 100 pixels or something? And that's it. I'm going to submit that, make sure I'm at 100%, and then I'm going to variabilize some of this. I think, so one thing we can do is we can just make these border radiuses 40, right? But then we need to make it taller, right? Taller by 40, right? So 40 and then minus 48, so we hide that. And then our border radius is just 40 pixels, and it's 40 pixels for both of them, which is great. Let's remove that border radius. That's great. And that height is not, we're using the same height for each margin. We can now variables var m for that, and then dash dash m. And this background, we can do this background like this as a var s for stop 0, and then make this that color stop actually it's a 0. And then this is 100 pixels. There it is. So we use a var inside the linear gradient there, which is kind of fun. Let's submit, make sure we're at 100% again. So we did a bunch of weird stuff to this. Yeah, minify, unit replace, and all done. Super, super fun. All right. Okay. So this is it's a wonky one, right? Let's start with a radial gradient at 50%, 0, and then it's this off-white color, 100 pixels, and then blue. And we need the keyword circle, because that is not the circle we made. We're going to put it at 0 and then move it down, like 200 pixels or 160, something along those lines. How about 150? Halfway. I kind of don't like, there's a little something there that's no good. Like there's a little bit of an edge there that I don't quite like. Whereas this guy, he's kind of fun. We got margins on here. And I'm going to put margins all over. I'm going to make numbers for all of them. How about 90? And our height is 20, 30. I see the angle. I haven't mentioned the angle to you, but I see it. but I can rotate with the best of them. Negative. Negative 45? Is it a 45-degree angle? That's cozy fun. Okay, so let's get these these margins right. This one maybe is 90. 20. And then how about... Oh, so close. Right? Like that's close-ish. Not real close, but you know, close. And then increase this number. This is the tricky part. Oh, and are we long enough? I'm not even sure we made this long enough, and that's bad. We needed to be... Yeah, so we're causing damage. This is when, by the way, it might have been a better idea to think more about what the width of this is, because now I've hurt myself. I think we're gonna do 80 and we're gonna do that, and now we're gonna do a translate. And now we'll just do this with that. But still, we're pushing it each time we do it. Oh, it's so close. Let's submit. I don't think that's 100%. If it is, I'll be shocked. It's 99.9. I'm not shocked. All right, so how about adjust these numbers? 0.5, 44. Let's submit that. Also has a little bit of error in it. It looks like the diff, you can see a little bit of an outline there. And that's 100%. So what have we learned? I don't think we learned anything. But rotate and translate are very, very powerful. And these diffs that you see, sometimes there's a little outline that might be telling you that you're off, but you don't know until you get the response back from the server. So yeah, so that's a better score than whatever I did in the past. So that's so fun. And look at this crazy thing. This is a crazy thing. What is this even? I don't know what this shape is, but it is kooky delightful. Okay. We're doing blank template. I think we're going to do these circles as a variable or as an element. No, I think we'll put it on the body. Put it all on the body. That's, you know. How about a conic gradient? Joe, we're so surprised. Conic gradient. Which is going to be it's going to start at 0, 0. No, it's not. What is it going to start at? So where's the center of my conic gradient? That's the decision that I'm trying to make. And maybe a conic gradient is a mistake. So let's actually start with a box shadow that's inset. because that might get us two inset box shadows might get us a lot of the way for the framing of this. Okay, so how do we do that? 40 pixels, 40 pixels. And I guess we need a margin of 0 to really do that. Yeah, we do. And we need to set a color. When doing that, we could do it in the gradient, in the declaration itself, but so 50, 50, 50, 50, and then same thing again, but minus 50, minus 50. To do the bottom corner. Great. One piece at a time. And how about a background? Shall we start doing a background? Background. Linear gradient. And let's do the hard part first, this angle here. So is that 30 degrees? Or is it like 330? Might be 330. So it's minus 330 degrees. No, it's 30 degrees. No, it's minus 30 degrees. Okay, so what is it? What is it actually? There it is. So 160, 140, 150. There it is. That angle is not correct. 1, 2, 1.5, 1, 2, 3. And then if I set this color as the background, it's pretty close. 0.6, 0.5, 0.4, 0.3, 0.4. I'll try 0.4. So this is what I've done so far. Okay. Now what? I believe this is where the conic gradient comes in and where we make our decision about the conic gradient. So what's the center of that conic gradient? And is this a good idea? Might not be. I think we chuck it and No. As long as I don't presume that the conic gradient is the last thing I create, I can do a conic gradient and do the 2 crossbars. Conic at, what is that, like 40 pixels, 40 pixels? Oh, it's actually 75%, isn't it, for that green? 75, and then transparent. Oh, and I've screwed it up somehow. What have I done? I don't know. Oh, there's the color stop. I didn't correct color stop. No. Oh, because the center of this, I need to move it over. So 100 pixels, 100 pixels. There it is. Okay. And then I need a height and width. Okay. What is this crazy thing that I made? And it's not 40/40. And it's okay. So here's the trick. So it's 0, 0, and it's like 300 wide, and like, so I needed 200 tall. Okay, Now I can see. And I'm going to do black here. Okay. And it's... Sorry for doing all this in my head and not really sharing with you what the heck I'm doing. 200, there we go. 210. And then a little wider, 110. And then we're going to change the center, 200. 230, 40, 50, 60, 70. And then lower, 6, 7. All right. Finally. And then we can let it repeat. That's how you get that bar. Oh, goodness gracious. So that's why that's a lot of work. So Joe, why do you like the kind of gradient if it's so hard to use? I don't know. I just do. Okay, so yeah, not a very good answer to that question. Okay, so now colors. The next layer. I haven't forgotten about those circles. Believe you me, they are on my mind. We do the light color, 75% around, 0, and then we move the at of him at 60%, 70%, a little further over, 70, 70, and that's how you get that. I'm not sure it's really a solution to be proud of. That's what it looks like without the back shadow. It's got a lot of very complicated stuff going on in it, but there's no shame in that. All right, let's make these circles. Radial gradient, which is a circle with this little color. And we're just going to do 20 pixels to start. And then transparent. And then when I plop him in as a var --c, there's a circle. So he should be bigger, 30, and he should be moved over. Minus 10 pixels, 20, 10 pixels. And then the same again. Whoops, that should not be there. That's not common. Okay, and then another var --c. And then he's going to be the same on the y-axis, so, but 20 pixels, 10 pixels. Sure. So that's all. No, it's not all. It's actually not. Yeah, I don't love the box shadow. So 50 by 50. Having to set a margin and having to set a color sucks. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So I'm going to do a conic gradient. And it's at top corner. And it's 50 less than... What is it? It's 50 less than the width and 50 less than the height. So is that 350 pixels and 250 pixels? And it's color 25%. And it's at 50 pixels. 50 pixels. Transparent. For the other part of that, 50%, and then this color again. And don't forget a comma, and that's how we do that. Didn't really explain that super well. Those are the color stops to create. So each one of these sections is a different, part of that. and I definitely prefer the this is the appreciation for CSS illustration that I've got, and super fun. And that's 100% match. We're done. This was a wacky set of solutions here, wacky set of puzzles. Really enjoyed doing these. There is clearly a more efficient way to do this. You could do this with a clip path, and you know, probably you could do a repeat here. The issue with the repeat on the radial gradient is that we've got more than we need, right? And we have lots of overlapping things that we need to make sure that we account for. So I don't know. I'm happy with these solutions. What do you think? I'm not really asking, but hope you enjoyed this, and hope you have a good day, and go make a web page, please. They're really fun to make, and the code you can make magic with it. All right, that's enough. Have a great day. Bye-bye.